you guys came recommended by Integra Pink. We just caught them at No Panic Fest, and it's so funny because you guys applied before they mentioned your name or anything. We had you on the short list, and we caught them at No Panic Fest, and they were like, "Oh, we know a band you should have on the show," and they mentioned Hello Bloom, and we're like, "Oh, that's funny enough. We're gonna have them on soon." So
Fuck yeah, dude.
cool.
Initially, I actually found out about you guys through the Smugs, because
Oh.
like I can't remember how we followed each other, but we like reached out and we were just like we were planning on doing one of their first Smug Fest,
Oh, I
but
see.
then it just fell through because it was on like a Wednesday too, I think, and it was just something came up, and then later down the line I saw that you guys did the session with them, and then that's when I was like, oh fuck yeah, dude, like let me submit for like an application and stuff, and then I think it was that Wednesday you hit us up and we were talking about
Oh, no
like
kidding.
yeah, and
That's
then
funny.
I was like fuck dude, we can't do it, and then right after that is when you guys announced you were doing it with Integra Pink.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
I was like, oh shit. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Well, I was like, we'll eventually do a session, and here we are.
Yeah. Once a band's in our radar, and we kind of ask, we like our intention is to kind of like have them on. It's just a matter of like scheduling and all that.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
for sure. Yeah,
But,
thankfully it was. I think we booked today like way in advance, so we all were just like, fuck yeah, dude, we can do that.
No, I'm glad because we've had scheduling conflicts, and I kind of like it sucks because we want to be more like flexible, but at the end of the day, like when it works out for all our favors, like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the best. And
100%.
thanks for taking up the time
No, yeah, dude, of course, man. It's
Yeah.
a pleasure.
for sure.
Let me get a backup memory card in one of the cameras.
Oh yeah, no
Yeah.
worries.
You know, we have a checklist so we don't forget these things. And we forgot to bring out the checklist.
Yeah.
Checklist was not on the checklist.
Yeah.
It's all right, guys.
No, no worries, dude.
I mean, we're recording, so it's not we lost anything. But
For sure.
This is like our backup.
No, yeah, just in case. No, yeah, dude. Honestly, it's just. I love like the whole hanging out factor. Like it's always super comfortable in here.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, we're like stoked because for us, like, or at least for me, speaking for myself, the most uncomfortable part of doing this is the sound check, because like you guys are just standing there waiting on our cues and stuff, and then we have to act like we know what we're doing, but it's always like he said, it's always like figuring out the puzzle. We're always kind of like just trying.
It's
to
funny
figure
that
it
you
out.
say that though, because I'm like thinking over here like, fuck, dude, I'm just in the way of everything going on.
Oh, yeah,
so
no.
like I feel like the burden, dude.
No, you're good. You know, it's like again, like you guys drove all the way down here. Like we're super stoked to hear you guys play.
Hell
today.
yeah, man.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
for
it's
sure.
our pleasure, man. Thanks for coming. Like we're always, I mean, that's the goal. Just have you guys on, have bands on. Like really, like
Yeah, for real. Thank you for like giving bands like us who are just trying to find their feet in the scene a platform to perform on for people to like access. That's cool. It's a cool
Yeah, I'll
thing,
double
Charlie.
back on that.
yeah. No, awesome, man. Like again, like we're all kind of musicians ourselves. We know what the struggle is, and like we all know what that push and like having like pro live footage and like having people to get to know you.
Oh yeah, dude.
We know like the benefits of that. So like we have the capabilities. Like why not share it?
No,
Sure.
yeah, and I feel like that's one thing we run into too, because like we've only been releasing music as Hello Bloom for like the past year, so it's like we never really had a lot of opportunity to kind of get anything aside from just the recordings that are on Spotify, and I mean shit, there's only 2, so it's like it's hard to build that connection with like the people that want to listen. So you guys providing the opportunity to do that is badass. So
Where did the stuff on Spotify? Where'd you guys record that at?
the first song, Left Alone, we did in his house
Nice.
on a fucking GarageBand on a MacBook.
What kind of gear you got to record that?
Well, it's like Joey said, it's all off like GarageBand. I've never really had the time to figure out a lot of the other good softwares and stuff, but pretty much it's just plugged straight into the MacBook that I've had for a while, and use the free program that comes on it. And no, we tried to make it work, and I think
it
for our
doesn't sound
first
it
project,
doesn't, yeah, for the
it
first
came
thing
out pretty
it
good.
sounds solid. So, but we did that even with the drum kit. It was an electric kit.
Yeah,
so
I have a little Roland in my bedroom, and we use that to record the drums for that. So
yeah, and then for Farewell, that's when we actually started recording acoustic drums. So
Oh,
we
okay.
started. We linked up at Romo's house because that's usually where a lot of the recording happens. And Gio ran Logic on his MacBook, and we just did it all there. So, and then all the new stuff, it's all done like in-house. We don't usually go out to anybody else for recording and stuff. At least like not right now, because I think the stuff sounds pretty good even in-house. So
It's good to learn how to record yourself, and
Mhm.
you know, I've been recording music since 2014, 15. Actually started with this little mixer here, this piece of shit. I mean, I shouldn't call it that, but yeah, this thing. So it only has a stereo. It doesn't. I thought it was like 12 channels when I got it. I didn't know what I was buying, but found out the hard way that it was just all the channels mixed into one.
okay, I got you.
Yeah, and then I got the
Focusrite?
i1820.
Yeah, that's what I got recently. Too.
Oh,
Or
yeah, yeah.
Not the 20, but the one that has. I think it's only.
4.8. They
Yeah,
got
like
like
eight.
the
I think
yeah,
that's the one that we
I got
record on
8.
now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the 18920.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
one that we use
It's
now.
a nice one. It's really nice.
Oh yeah, it's super solid.
Yeah, I'd have it in here if it had more input. I need one with more inputs. I mean, again, today, just for you gearheads, it's a XR18. I think Behringer.
Behringer, yeah.
Behringer, is that how you say that?
I think so, yeah. Who knows?
I've
Tomato,
never,
tomato.
dude,
I
I've
know
never known how to
these
pronounce
fucking
that.
companies, like, you want to sell your shit, make a better fucking name. I'm sorry. Fucking
Here we go with the names.
We had the last guy. He didn't know how to pronounce Siljan.
Oh, Zildjian?
Yeah, but like,
the cymbals and drum. Yeah.
I mean, it is a.
they spell it in the weirdest fucking way, though,
Exactly,
dude.
yeah.
There's like a silent 5 in there somewhere.
Yeah, dude, you need to go. You need to go the fucking DW route. Give me 2 letters. I'll remember that
yeah,
forever.
Yeah,
But-
PDP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
Zildjian
Boss,
though, dude.
you
It's
know, like-
fucking crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to introduce the band? We kind of just went.
Oh yeah, definitely. Wait, do I want to introduce the band?
Oh well, like start the episode.
Oh, yeah, of
actually-
course, of course.
What do you want to introduce today? You can
Nah, that's I kind of it's hard to remember names for me. I don't know. I have like this disability. But all right, here it goes. Hello, welcome to Soul Tape. My name is Felipe, and today we have Hello Bloom. Hello Bloom. Next to me is our co-host Alan with some background about today's featured artist.
Hey guys, today we have Hello Bloom. They're an alternative rock band from the Inland Empire. They have 2 great singles on Spotify that we kind of just talked about briefly, Farewell and Left Alone. They've teased new music for this year, and we're really excited to have them play a few songs today. If you plan on catching them live, they'll be playing in Bloomington, California on April 27th. Thank you for coming down. Can we go around and like introduce yourselves?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Do you want to start, Gio?
Yeah, I'm Giovanni. I play drums in Hello Bloom.
Yeah, Rod.
Yeah, my name is Jared. I play lead/rhythm guitar for Hello Bloom.
My name's Roman or Romo, and I play bass for Hello Bloom.
And my name is Joey. I do vocals and guitar.
Sick. I have a few questions I want to ask you guys for the interview. You guys have, you mentioned briefly, like you've only been around for like about a year, right? So that you guys are a relatively new band. Can you tell us your experiences with the music scene and the greater LA area? What are some of the venues you've like enjoyed playing at recently?
Yeah, just recently, Genghis Cohen.
Yeah, Genghis
LA.
Cohen,
That
dude,
was
in
our
LA.
first-
That was actually booked through Gravity Bookings. Shout out to Gravity Bookings. But we played. That was our first LA show, and actually like tapping down like into the scene down here. And mostly we usually play around like the IE and stuff. Like we started out in like the high desert where we're from and stuff. They have like a
Backyard
local
shows.
backyard shows, just kind of like just raw, just like, all right, dude, come out if you want to listen to music, and then just. But other than that, like mostly we stay in the IE. We played the Haven. We played FTG in Santa Ana. So there's a big scene down there where it's just like very tight knit. Even the Bloomington show that we have coming up, it's at a house ran by like the page Bass Rev. Shout out to Bass Rev. They're like kind of just a collective. Like it's just they throw shows. They're super involved in the scene and very like loving people. So we love it in IE, but we're trying to tap more into LA. We actually have a show on July 13th that hasn't been announced yet, but at the Paramount.
Oh,
So
sick.
that one's
Nice.
gonna be super cool.
Yeah. So I noticed your Instagram is kind of like very low key, a little more quiet than most bands we've had on the show. Is that intentional? Intentional? Like, do you see yourselves as trying to have the music speak louder than the social media aspect, or?
A little bit. It's not really intentional, I'd say. I mean, obviously life gets the best of everybody, you know, like time to put into certain things like kind of clouds a lot of the band stuff sometimes. And I mean, we do I wouldn't say our best, but we try to. So a lot of the time it was because we had such a long time in between we weren't recording. I was kind of just like writing. So we have like 4 songs that are on back roll that we're trying to record. So we've kind of just been a little quiet. I mean, we occasionally will do shows. I'd say we've been more so like recently active in trying to post and just get more, I don't know, just like push.
Engagement.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
try and push it more. So
Because I feel like a lot of what has to do with it is we'll get like together for practice, and then Joey will just be like, "Hey guys, like I cooked," you know, and then all of a sudden there's like two more songs that we have for like our next show, and it's cool because it works out where we have our own separate lives that we're definitely all pretty packed with different schedules, and I feel like as a collective we kind of just bring a bunch of ideas together for these practices that we have, and sometimes like we'll have one practice that we like actually dial in a whole new song, and it's like, oh, that's one to add to the repertoire.
yeah, exactly. And trying to like tease stuff too, because more recently, like I put out a teaser, and it wasn't even on the band account; it was on my personal, and it's just like having that to where you can show for it, because like I feel like everybody's always like, oh dude, new music coming soon, but like you never really hear it. It's like it's just kind of like, oh that
Well,
yeah,
that's
dude.
the like social media joke.
Yeah,
with bands
exactly.
recently is, like,
Big announcement.
things coming,
yeah,
you know,
big,
like-
big things coming, dude. But you won't see them. But
we know a few, but
yeah.
um,
No, I mean it's like it's the intuition though, nonetheless, right? So it's like
Yeah.
if you're getting to it, it's cool to say that. But it's like with social media nowadays, it's like you get 15 seconds to catch someone's attention, and then if you don't, then on to the next people. So a lot of the time, it's like we want to have something to where it can hit them hard, and they'll be like, I want to check these guys out. So
it's such a double-edged sword, because on one hand, that's kind of the reason I was drawn into the band. I thought you guys, like, the low-keyness of it also kind of like spoke a lot to me, like only having 2 singles out, but making sure those 2 singles were like very listenable, and they're great songs.
Thank you.
And on the other hand, we would like people to know you more,
Yeah.
so like we would like more followers, more engagement on that stuff. And then some of the bands end up doing it so much that they kind of get clowned on for
yeah.
kind of being the meme band.
Yeah.
And it sucks when those bands are actually great bands, because now you're kind of like conflicted, like, why didn't I work as hard as them? But also, like, do I need to do that? Like, if you think to yourself, like, you're a musician, but it's just a new world we're living in.
No, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Social media, like especially TikTok nowadays, it's just like if you try hard enough and be consistent, like eventually, dude, one of them's gonna just go crazy. So like that's one thing I feel like we're trying to get more in on too, is like TikTok usage and Instagram Reels,
Yeah.
because like all it takes, dude, is for the algorithm to like you one time, and then next thing you know, they're checking out every other Instagram Reel you have. So
It's very conflicting. You gotta be like, do I practice my licks or do I practice my post?
yeah, exactly,
know?
exactly. And then you don't want to do it too much too, because then I feel like there's that like cliche, like, oh, you don't want to be a TikTok band.
Yeah.
But like you said though, like a lot of the time, like, or most of the time, they're really good bands, but because you're always like, have you listened to this band, and this band, then you're gonna like my music.
Yeah.
Like it adds such, yeah. So it's like it's hard to ride the line and just be like, I want to get people to engage, and I want the algorithm to like it, but I also don't want to come off as if like you're trying way too hard to do that.
Yeah, it's tough. We've I think every musician's had this conversation with their homies, it's just, but you guys mentioned life gets in the way. What do you guys do for work?
Oh, dude, I work the most boring job ever. I work in health insurance, actually.
Okay.
So like
Oh,
customer
sounds like someone
service.
I know.
But it's just like customer service at home stuff for health insurance. If you guys want to go around and say what you guys do.
I work front of house in a restaurant. It's a steakhouse. So 90% of the time I'm serving tables. The other 10% I'm making drinks behind the bar. So
I work at a pizza place. Work at Sbarro's. It's pretty cool. And at night I do security.
Oh dang, double.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
2 jobs.
Bro's a grinder.
I don't work.
All good, brother.
A lot. Well, he actually does the
He cooks.
music. He does like mixing and producing for the Hello Bloom stuff, for other stuff as well. So he kind of does. He makes his stuff. He
Hey,
makes
shout
his
out
own.
to Snare
He makes his
Noise.
own. Yeah, shout out to Snare Noise too, and Poor Type.
Sick.
So yeah, I'd say a lot of the time it does kind of get in the way, because I mean I work 40 hours. Like I'm pretty sure he works more than that. He works more than that. So it's a lot of the time it's just like finding time. I mean even today, like we had a schedule in advance too. So that's also
yeah.
contributing to the lack of social media presence, I guess. So, but like you said, we try and let the music speak for itself too, because putting those out and having them as crisp as they can be and like flushed out is a big part
Yeah,
in
I
like
think
what we're
another
trying to
point
accomplish.
at that too is like making it work. Like we all get busy, we all get life, but making it work and making the most out of the time we do have together, like whether it's practicing or recording, we make sure we're leaving no creative stone unturned and we're giving everything we can in that brief moment. I think that's part of what makes Hello Bloom Hello Bloom.
How often do you guys practice?
Oh man, definitely not as much as we should.
Depends on how many shows we have coming up.
Yeah. A lot of the time, I'm not even gonna lie. Like we'll practice based off of the fact that we have shows
If
coming
we have
up.
a show.
Because
Yeah.
like we'll at least try and get like 1 or 2 in. Because a lot of the time it's like the recordings aren't out there, so you can't really listen to it unless it's a voice memo from a practice that
Oh,
sounds
yeah,
like
yeah.
shit. So a lot of the time we'll practice maybe once, maybe twice if we're lucky before a show. Aside from that, I mean, the longest I think we've gone without practice is probably like fucking a month or 2, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I trust in all of us that we're good enough musicians to where like that 1 or 2 go-throughs of the set, like we'll be solid after that. So,
Sick. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you
Why don't
guys.
you hear you guys play a few songs? So like,
yeah, of course.
without further ado, Hello Bloom.
So this one is called "Wasted Away." It's our newest single coming out. It goes like this.
Wasted away. I feel my bones crumble. I hear that you can't stay. Feels like night and day. Your warm heart feels so good. Whenever I say I should try to forget you, but I can't. I should let you go. I don't know if I want to. Spent some time away. Now it's all said and done. But I still feel the same. I'm broken that you're gone. I shouldn't have let you go. When I sleep, I see your face. I hope I'm not alone. Yet I still feel this way. My heart it drives us on. Driving down these empty streets, I'm pushing 90 so I can't see who's sitting in your front seat. I can't seem to understand, you moved on way too fast. I can't even catch my breath. Hold on, I just want to sing the lyrics to our song. If you remember, wait, I just want to see your pretty little face again. Sleepless nights and getting drunk, I watch my mouth and bite my tongue in search of memories that have gone. You bring me down and tear me up. When we were kids, it seemed like fun. Remnants cutting through our blood. Hold on, I just want to sing the lyrics to our song. If you remember, wait, I just want to see your pretty little face. Oh, I can't sleep. Just let me rest so I can dream of you in my bed. And I know I'll cry when I find that you're not really there. Oh, I can't breathe. Smoke fills my lungs. They're turning green, but I don't give a fuck. 'Cause I know if I die, then I'll die with a piece of you. Oh, I'm fine, I promise you. Oh, I do. If I die, then I'll die with a piece of you. This one's called Hate Me Too. It's also unreleased. It goes like this. covered in scars that I caused. I whisper in your ear all you wanna hear. What I put you through, I would hate me too. I would hate me too. I would hate me too. If you did what I did to you, what I did to you, what I did to you. If you did, I would hate me too. You're sitting with the sharks that lead your heart like I did. Know that no one asks you how you're doing, no, but I can tell the answer stems from what I said to you. I would hate me too. I would hate me too. I would hate me too if you did what I did to you. What I did to you. What I did to you. If you did.
Great set, you guys.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
That was tight. That was dope.
Appreciate it.
You know, I'm the more technical guy in this show. I think I said this to, I don't even know the phrasing for it, but I say that a lot on the show, that I'm the technical guy, so I don't do the research on the bands or anything like that. It's always a surprise to me when I hear you. Alan does it, you know, he listens to you guys, he does all that, and fuck, you guys sound really good.
Thanks,
You
man.
guys
Thank
sound
you.
really good, dude.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Like-
Means a lot for real.
Yeah, I'm sick. Alan, you're doing really good, man. Great
Thank
job,
you.
dude.
I have to give you a lot of credit though. We have a system, and I recommend bands. I'm not like the one like this band should go on. So like, he's not giving himself a lot of credit. Like, we share these ideas, and I'm like, what about them? What about them? And he'll give it to me straight. And honestly, like, it's been a perfect combination. Like, his yes goes a long way, but my recommendation also goes a long way. And this was one of the things where I was a little conflicted. Not a lot of songs, not a lot of. If anything, I would have recommended like maybe hitting up a show,
Yeah.
because sometimes the singles sound better than the live performance. But he heard you guys and was like, yeah. I was like, great. It makes my job easier, and like it kind of validates my recommendation. So
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
man.
it's a tandem thing.
We're glad you guys like it, man.
Yeah,
for
like,
sure. 100%.
like what we were saying earlier, it's like the entirety of Soul Tape. Like, thank y'all again for giving a
Yeah.
band like us a platform to perform on,
For sure.
even without having like a big foundation to stand on. Like you said, we only had 2 songs, only a couple of shows in the Inland Empire. Yet you guys banked on us, gave us a chance. I'm glad y'all loved it.
Well, you guys are standing tall in here, to tell you that right now.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank you.
it.
Thank you.
I gotta talk about your swells, man. You know, I just been complimenting this guy. I love the guitar. I used to have a guitar like that.
Thanks, man.
You came in here and you're like, yeah, we do DI. I was like, what? Let's do DI. It's perfect. I'll plug it straight in. You know, I don't have to
Came
worry
with his
about what I'm
in-ears too. He's
Came
such
here
a
with the
pro.
in-ears, same in-ears we got.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. Speaking of, are those also sure?
They're sure, yeah.
Look at that, dude.
Just pro.
Damn.
yeah.
Yeah, but the swells you were doing at what song was that?
That was Farewell.
Farewell. So I rarely see people do the
That
swells
one,
live.
and actually I did it for
You do it for
that last
Wasted
one.
Away.
For Hate
Oh,
Me
for
Too. I think I do it
last
for
one,
He-
all
he
of our
does, yeah.
songs.
A lot of it
Dude.
is like a lot of it is just atmosphere.
Yeah,
So his-
I'm really big on like the ambient, chords and guitar playing, and I've gotten really into like heavy reverb, and I really want to upgrade this pedal board of mine pretty soon. But for
Mhm.
now, it's definitely gets the job done. So
It's doing pretty good. Jesse, can we get a close up on his pedal board? I want to see which ones I want to buy. I'm just joking. No, that.
Yeah, with that ESPN highlight.
Yeah, there you go.
We should do
I
like
know,
a
we need to do that,
ESPN top
huh?
5 pedal boards.
oh.
That'd be sick. Yeah.
Top 5 pedal boards of the week.
Yeah. Of the quarter, maybe, because we don't have enough episodes yet. But
I know, yeah,
We're working
right.
on that. We're working on that. But yeah, that's sick.
There was talk about doing like an award show at the end of the year. Just like best guitar player, best
Oh,
drum
dude.
fill, but
That'd be sick.
we'll see like how much editing we want to do. But All right, since we're on the gear subject, like let's talk gear. You guys are pros again. You all showed up with tube amps, the pedal boards, and we always kind of like recommend headphones. You guys came in prepared. That shows to us that like you could pull up at any venue and you're ready to go. And honestly, that's sick. Cause I've been at shows where homies show up and they're like, "Yo, can I backline your bass amp? Can I backline the drum set?" I'm a stingy guy. I don't really like lending
sharing?
I don't like sharing. No. You know,
Who does? Who does though? No one likes sharing.
You know, I've met a few musicians that are very like DIY. They don't care. They're like, yeah, fucking use my guitar.
I
Yeah,
think a big thing for us too is like we're pretty big on like our own tone, and I think it's I can speak for most of us that like we like how our setups sound, and it's just like we want our setups to be with us like pretty much everywhere, because we've all spent a lot of time into all this.
I respect that so much, man. Honestly, like the musician that figures their tone out right away, or like just and is professional about it. That's like one of my favorite things working with musicians. Like Rich, he's a great musician to work with. He always knows his sound. Even though like I'm like not into the Line 6 Pro Pod Go,
Oh yeah.
he figured out a way how to make it sound like chef's kiss, you know. And then it's a respect level. Like when you see someone who's figured it out, it makes you want to play with them a little bit better. And like honestly, like professionalism goes a long way.
Definitely.
Yeah. But go ahead.
So we don't usually get a lot of bass players in here with a pedal board. You got a few of them on there. What are you working with?
Yeah, I got from right to left. I just got a Polytune tuner pedal, mandatory, and then a compressor pedal.
Mhm.
I usually don't use this too much, but especially because of the amp you guys had, I didn't really need to.
You want to fix the mic so it's pointing?
Oh yeah,
there you
my
go.
bad,
There-
my
No,
bad.
you're good.
And then to the left of that, I have a chorus pedal, bass chorus, and then a big muff for the overdrive, just to give it really that like final oomph when we make that big
Can
swell.
I hear you use the big muff?
Yeah, can we get a sample of that real quick?
Sure. It's just
Yeah, that's it.
give it that
That's
like
the beef. Where's the beef? There it is.
yeah.
Oh.
Is it the bass muff or are you using a guitar?
No, it's a bass muff.
That's sick, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Wha-
usually I got a reverb, but it's not working. So
I don't think you
Gotta
need
get
it
that
here.
fixed.
Room's pretty like
yeah,
echoey.
for real.
Yeah.
But it's just whenever like, it's just so like, I don't really use too much of it. The two I mainly use is chorus and big muff. But the compression and the reverb entirely depends on where we're playing.
Definitely.
And we just pivot from I just pivot from there. Like we said, we're big on tone. We're big on how we want to sound, and that's just how I do it.
It's dialed in for sure. Do you what kind of bass is that?
Fender PJ Mustang bass
Okay.
and a gingerbread sock.
I like we've seen a lot of Fender P basses, but like the Strat looking ones, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen the Mustang ones in a while. Like
Yeah, it's cool. I like it, and I got small hands too for a bass player, and it's short scale, so it's. I feel like it was made for me. You know?
Yeah.
I love that because I recently got a Fender Ventera 2, and it has a 60 Strat neck
Mhm.
with like a 7-inch radius, so I could finally do the like Jimi Hendrix like thumb
Yeah,
thing.
thumb over
I
the-
also have
yeah.
small hands. It's like the perfect guitar, and it's like
Dude, yeah.
that's something that's very important for musicians. Find the instrument that feels right for you. Like
Yeah, for real.
don't struggle. Like
For
there's
real.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
I played some instruments that I don't like. That I love the sound that came out of them, but I don't like the comfort. Like
Mm.
I got a Gresh, also recently got a Gresh, and that one feels a little bit more like a baseball bat on my hand, and like
Yeah.
I'm struggling, but the tones are amazing.
Dude,
so
for
it's a
real.
sacrifice.
I
Yeah.
know. It's like putting on a shirt. Like, how do you want to
Yeah.
look, but also how does it feel when you wear it?
Yeah.
I
It's
couldn't have said it
Same
any better.
principle.
Yeah.
Just put it on a t-shirt.
Joey, what are you playing on? What's your favorite go-to pedal?
Fuck, dude. Honestly, I got I don't know how long ago it was, but the Flint Strymon dude that I have for reverb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use that a lot. Mostly when, mostly same thing like atmosphere and stuff. It just turned the decay and the mix up a lot, and it sounds super sick. It has 3 separate settings for reverb, and it goes by decades, so like 60s, 70s, 80s. Yeah, and then it has a tremolo as well, which has the same thing, 60s, 70s, and 80s. So
So we have a Strymon backline, like
Mhm.
the amp IR pedal. We've only used it once with a band before, but I love using that pedal, and like if I could afford more Strymon pedals.
Oh yeah, dude, they're
yeah.
it's so bad. Honestly, just having like that's the one thing about like Integra Pink, they have all like the Line 6, like they have those
Yeah.
setup pedal boards, but like these ones are, they're so expensive, dude. It's so bad.
Oh,
It's just
I know
like
what
such
you're
a
talking
bad addiction, and I'm sure I speak for all of us.
Yeah, it's definitely super
It's-
bad addiction.
It's that's Rich versus Alan right here. Like
Yeah.
Line 6 GoPro versus.
He's like, I bought a new pedal. I was like, I got a new update.
Yeah, for real.
For
like-
free.
And you know what's crazy? We could put them together, and we make some amazing tones.
Oh,
It's-
yeah,
it's
dude.
awesome.
Bet.
On the drums, we got Giovanni. How you brought your breakables? How important are the cymbals you're looking for? And are you a gearhead in the first place? Some people aren't.
With drums, I would say, I don't know. It's a little different. I was watching like this interview from Car Seat Headrest about like the cymbals that he used to use, and I like the way that he plays a lot, and just like the energy that he has, and the way that it sounded on. They did like a live session also somewhere, but I kind of got like my cymbals from that thing that
You
I
were
watched.
inspired by that.
Yeah, I was inspired by that.
So we recently had a rehearsal with our like Commando band. That's our Ramones cover band, and our drummer, Rich, who's also named Rich. He hit his cymbal and it kind of cracked, and he had mentioned like, oh, I gotta buy another one. And I asked him how much cymbals are. Like I was kind of unaware of this. I'm not a drummer, and they're almost more than a fucking pedal. And I was like, and how long do they last? It's like, oh, they could last a long time or like not that long.
Yeah, it depends on the drummer
It
for
really
sure.
You got a heavy hand, my dude. Like how do you keep
Oh,
those things
yeah,
crisp?
dude.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Hit him on the right
I don't
spot,
know.
huh? I
Yeah.
noticed you hit him like right in the middle, not on the edge, not on the bell.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Faith,
definitely.
trust, and pixie dust.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, if I mean this in a compliment, not in a comparison way, but when I heard you, I got elements of Peach Pit and Cage the Elephant, some of my favorite indie alternative bands. Are there any inspirations you guys have that like your fans or listeners would look at you guys or listen to your songs and not actually predict that these guys are your influence?
Yeah,
It's
any
funny
ups-
because
any
he
ups- I'm sorry, go ahead.
he walked right up to the mic because he was like
Yeah, he's
ready.
ready,
to,
dude.
he's ready to answer.
He's front of the house right there.
Yeah,
Ready
yeah.
to present.
Title fight
Title
is a
fight.
big one.
Mainly just Wasted Away, that newest one. We had a few like influences, of course, but I feel like we've all kind of been going towards like shoegaze a lot, and a lot of those like spacey, more like rock implemented songs, because we really started as like an alternative indie. You know, we started to do a lot of indie covers. You know, Backseat Lovers, we did a lot of that. But with us writing more stuff, it's kind of cool seeing the direction we're going, that we want to like do mainly. And I don't even think, because you asked us like what genre we considered it, you know, like alternative rock, that's definitely probably like the basis, but we definitely switch it up a lot. Like with that last one, that's probably a little bit
It's
more
just, like,
indie
straight
than,
indie.
than what we would normally
So-
do. But yeah, we have a bunch of different, you know, influence. I mean, Peach Pit, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Like,
Peach Pit.
that's-
Peach Pit's a good one because I feel like that like unintentionally is inspired by, because like I listen to a lot of Peach Pit and I'm
Mhm.
sure that they do too,
It's
but
one of my favorite bands.
it's not
Yeah.
like we were writing the songs and we're like, oh dude, fucking this sounds like Peach Pit or something like
Yeah.
that. So like it's more of like a unintentional inspiration.
Yeah, like, all right, with that being said, another one of my favorite bands, The War on Drugs, they're very ambient.
Yes.
And some of the stuff you're doing on the guitar reminds me of that, but not in the same, not in the sense that you're compared to them, but like the tempo's a little bit more upbeat, but you're still finding ways to have those ambient
Mhm.
sounds peak. And that's something that I listen to you guys, and I'm like, oh wow, how did they find the time to like make those ambient sounds peak at that tempo? Because a lot of the ambient stuff usually has a slow tempo, they chill, and
I feel like me and Joey mesh really well too, because he's really influenced by blues stuff a lot. So he has a lot of those, you know, influences. You know, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh
all the-
dude, so
all the
many.
OGs.
I'm
But-
like, when I first started playing guitar, it was like I was a John Mayer fanboy.
yeah.
Like it was
Oh.
just, I
Dude,
was,
I just
Yeah.
bought a Silver Sky.
dude,
Hey.
dude. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like the Silver Skies are they're so sick. But I'm like, I'm a Fender John Mayer type of guy.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I get it.
But no, Fender messed up and they lost him. But
Yeah.
But no, yeah, like he said, like we mesh really well because he does like a lot of the ambient stuff.
Yeah, like Puma Blue. I don't know if you're familiar.
Puma Blue.
That's
That's-
probably one of my biggest influences, like personal influences, like his tone, his ambience. Like I watch a lot of their live sessions. Him and Ton Mish too. Like I've tried to figure out both of their pedal board setups. I'm like zooming in on the YouTube video. Like what is that? You know.
Oh.
So.
Yeah.
So I think it meshes well.
Yeah, it does
So-
for sure.
And we like to switch off a lot, so you'll notice like he'll switch to rhythm and I'll start just noodling around having fun, and then vice versa. If there's certain parts, like I'll let him go crazy.
Rami, do you have any influences that people looking at you wouldn't believe that you had that you kind of bring forth to the band?
I listen to a lot of the Growlers,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was.
the
Yeah.
Vaccines. I've been listening to a lot of them lately. Backseat Lovers, like you said. That's pretty much it. Surf Curse.
Sick.
But like anything with like melodic bass, I would say like a more personal influence is hers
Oh,
in terms of
great.
like melodies. Cause dude, his bass playing is awesome.
Oh,
So
and
I
so
definitely-
charismatic too. you know,
Yeah.
like just fuck.
he's just got like the swagger about him. That like you see him playing, it's like you can't take your eyes off of him. So
no.
rest
not-
in peace. But yeah,
What
hers
could
for
have
sure.
been like more music and like
Mhm.
they were very
Just
very
watching
talented.
their live videos, you can't help but like fall in love with the guys. Like they're just
Yeah.
super chill dudes. Like just want to kick back and like throw back a beer with them, and it's like
There's also a complexity that is unmatched. Like I've seen so many people
Mhm.
try to cover like what was once hers or I
oh yeah,
forgot
what
what
once
once
was.
what once was, and like just the way he's picking and
that's-
singing at the same time, like
Mm.
that's insane. The reason I asked that question is because me, Rich, and Amar recently recorded a demo, and Rich told me like, "Oh, that kind of sounds like Queens of the Stone Age or Incubus," and I was like, "It was inspired by Megadeth." You know, like it's totally different.
Incubus
like-
to Megadeth is
yeah, like,
crazy.
but then you wouldn't be able to tell just because these inspirations come from like really weird, obscure places sometimes.
Mm.
No, yeah, exactly. That's why it's like, I don't know. I feel like that's why I love like creatives. It's because it's not textbook like everything else. It's like you can start in one place and then 5 minutes later end up in a whole different fucking genre. So it's pretty cool to be able to do that. Like some of the songs I'm like, oh dude, like this inspired me by, like you said, like something totally opposite, and then someone hears it and they're like, oh, that reminds me of a completely side of the ball field. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun writing all together as a band, and just also bringing 4 of those type of inspirations into one spot. So we try to do that as much as possible.
Sick. Giovanni, any inspirations on your end you want to plug in?
Yeah, for drumming, for sure. There was this band. They're not around anymore, but their name was Leon Canoe. They're from San Diego, and Noah, the drummer, the way he drummed like really inspired me, because I used to drum beforehand, but like listening to like very simple songs, simple patterns on drumming.
Yeah.
But Leon Canoe was one of the bands that definitely inspired the way I drum now. I feel like they had like such a massive energy on stage, and it was like only like 2 of them sometimes, but they still had so much
So much-
noise
yeah.
happening. It was awesome. But yeah, rip Leon Canoe.
Sick. So the other day I had mentioned I checked out Integra Pink at No Panic Fest. We saw a few bands, and I was waiting in the bathroom and I ran into Leo, and he asked me like, "Oh, what are you listening to?" And it's something that I don't think I've ever been at. Like maybe in high school and middle school, friends would ask me that, but as an adult, no one asks you like, "Oh, what music do you listen to
Yeah.
recently?" And then I was like, "Oh, it's kind of all over the place. Johnny Cash, Bob Dylan, and that new Black Keys album." And then like everyone in the line kind of just started talking. You guys, what have you guys been listening to? Is there anything you want to plug in that like you think deserves some attention?
We listened to like 5 Title Fight songs on the way here. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Wasted Away, because it is our like newest single coming up. Like we've just been deep diving into the shoegaze stuff.
For sure.
At least for like us. I mean, I listen to a lot of. I'll find myself going down like dives of. I love live like concert videos. So like it's funny you mentioned Peach Pit, because like a week ago I was like watching one of their like festivals they played, just like
Yeah.
watching live, because it's so much different than the recordings. So like Peach Pit, fucking Puma Blue. I've listened to a lot. If you know who Yusuf Days is,
I was just gonna say
Oh,
Yusuf
Yusuf
Days,
Days.
Rocco
I seen him at the Glass
Palladino.
House.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
he's crazy.
Fucking killed it, dude.
Him.
We seen him
Rocco.
at the Glass House. Amar, shout out our
Yeah.
new video mixer. I went with this guy right here.
Hell yeah, dude.
We-
Rocco Palladino too.
Yeah.
The bassist who mostly plays with him, and it's crazy because like Yusuf Days was his world at first, and then John Mayer like was like I was tapping in heavy, but John Mayer's bassist who he's been with for like the past however many years, his son is the bassist who plays with Yusuf.
Yeah.
So it's like fucking crazy, dude.
It's a small
So-
world. Yeah.
But mostly that's pretty much it. I don't know. What about you? Roman?
Yeah, like definitely a lot of growlers, a lot of the Pine Grove.
Pine Grove too.
Pine Grove.
Like I said, my girl just put me onto the vaccines, so I love the vaccine. The Last Shadow Puppets.
That was sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Briston Maroney.
Oh yeah, dude. That guy's
we'll get down
crazy
with
too.
That fool. He's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it. 1975.
Lastly, oh, at least for me, you guys brand new in the scene, 1 year in, plans for 2024.
Be ourselves and have fun.
It's all about the journey, not the destiny.
Yeah.
No, I'm just fucking. Honestly, dude, a
Go
lot
ahead,
of new
bro.
music. A lot of new music. We have
Yeah.
like one song that's going to be releasing within less than a month from now. We have 2 new songs that we're working on recording and then writing another 2. So a lot of new music. Like I said, July 13th, we're playing the Paramount, which is fucking sick. Super hype about that one. Again, shout out Gravity Bookings because they really looked out for us on that. Mostly that's it, trying to tap in more to like closer to the water. Like we play IE a lot, but we want to start tapping into the scene like down here, any type of stuff that's going on, try and branch out as much as
Yeah.
possible.
LA's tough. We've had a hard time getting in some gigs, some venues. So,
Mhm.
but you guys are a great band, and I have no doubt that you guys are gonna break in.
Thanks,
and
man.
Do just
Hey.
fine.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to tap the smell off the list, dude.
Oh
Know
yeah,
that you guys
I
just
recently
played there. That's
yeah,
badass.
it's a very DIY venue, like a lot of
Mhm.
the ones I've played before in the past. So it was nothing new, but the people showed up and everyone there was great. So if you get the pleasure of playing there,
Yeah,
like,
dude. If the smell, you guys see this, you know, make sure to
Yeah.
book us.
for
So.
sure.
How do you guys come up with Hello Bloom?
Oh, dude.
Here it
That's
is.
so
Go
great that
ahead,
you
bro.
asked this question because me and Romo went way back on this. So rest in peace 99 cent stores, which is
Oh,
the craziest
shit.
thing to fucking lead off with. But we're in the 99 cent store and me and Roman were like walking through the aisles and they had like these like cliche wooden signs, like kind of in the font of like, what is it? Fucking live, laugh, love and shit that you see on people's houses. But one of them like said hello, and behind it, I always like playing it off more like cliche, but I like picked up the hello sign and right behind it was Bloom.
Yeah, but he
And-
had the bloom in his left hand,
And then
hello in his right hand. So initially it was bloom hello.
I didn't.
And then
I always tell
like-
people I'm like I looked at it at first and it said Bloom hello and I was like, nah, that's not
Yeah,
it.
so switched
And then
them around,
I switched them around. I'm like,
and Joey was like, "Why does that actually sound kind of cool?"
I was like, why is that? Yeah, like I was
That's
like, why
pretty
does
much
that?
it.
I was like, that could be a band name. And then later on, I was just like forgot about it for a month or two, and then we started and like I started making music and I was putting it under like my gamer tag or something like that on SoundCloud, dude. Like nothing,
Yeah.
not even trying to push it anywhere. And then eventually I was like, all right, I'm gonna drop this on Spotify, but I wanted to actually like have a name. So then I was like thinking about 99 cent store, I guess. And then I was like, fuck it, dude. Like Hello Bloom. That I'm just gonna run with it. And then we made these buttons and stuff, and it's like it says the name and then has like a dead flower right above it. So we just kind of ran with it. So sure
It's a
enough.
great name.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's a
Appreciate
great
it.
name. It's dope. It rolls off the tongue. Hello Bloom, double L's. I love it. Like, it's really nice. I really
Appreciate
like
it,
it.
man.
To be honest.
Shout out 99 RIP.
Yeah, shout out, dude.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace, 99 cent stores, dude. I would
Where
rather
am I
kick,
supposed to get my movie snacks now?
Where am I supposed to get my food?
dude. Like,
yeah, bro.
like no one goes to Dollar General. How does nobody go to Dollar General, but you guys shut down 99 cent stores?
Yeah.
Like, it was,
No, right?
Sad days, dude.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming down.
Thank
guys.
you guys.
Thank you guys for
So
having
glad
me.
we
Yeah.
ended on that.
Yeah.
No, thank you guys so much for having us. Honestly, and shout out to you guys for providing a platform for bands of all different sizes, dude, and just really looking out for the scene.
Yeah, for sure, man. Episode 10, so it was like an honor to have you guys for
Thanks,
that.
man.
For
Yeah.
episode
Appreciate
10,
it.
you know.
Glad to be here.
Hopefully, 90 more episodes will get to 100 and then 1,000. You know, we'll see.
Yeah, that's
And
the
then a
goal.
million?
I don't have plans on stopping. Honestly, like this is like the best thing I've done in a really long time, and we've mentioned it. Like we get such a thrill doing this. It's
Hell
so
yeah,
great.
dude.
Yeah.
And we're meeting great musicians and just like
Likewise, man.
we're building a scene and we want to keep it safe and awesome and just networking. You know, it's
Yeah.
great. With that being said, yeah, like can't wait to see you guys around LA and play more
Thanks,
shows.
man.
Oh, do you guys so you have anything you want to plug? I mean, I know you said you had a show at the Paramount. What else?
Yeah, we have July 13th at the Paramount with Gravity Bookings, April 27th in Bloomington at
Bass Rev.
Bass Rev.
Shout
You can
out
follow
Bass
them
Rev.
at BAS_REV. They throw shows all the time. Super cool people, super loving. And other than that, dude, new single coming out within the next month. I don't have a set date yet, but Wasted Away. So that'll be the next one.
Sick. Well, thank you guys for watching Soul Tape with episode 10 with Hello Bloom. Alan, you got anything else you want to say?
Again, thanks for watching. We've done 10 episodes and they've all been really great. Shout out to all the bands that have been there, all the bands that are waiting to come up here. We'll set it up. We're working on it. And honestly, thanks for being fans and keep checking our stuff out. Like these bands can't grow if you guys aren't watching us either. So like, share, subscribe, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your cat. They talk somehow to the other cats, neighborhood cats. So check
All
us
right.
out.
All right, guys. Good night, man. Have a good one.